Back when this MLP infection trend first started, I remember getting like a couple of videos recommended to me about the MLP infection thing, but I saw that it was mostly on like Instagram, TikTok, and social media like that, and I like never touch those social media sites, so I'm just like, well, I guess I won't be checking out whatever this MLP infection trend is. So I just kind of let it slide, even though it was MLP, and I like to keep up to date to all things MLP, unless it's Generation 5, and I just can't keep up with all that stuff. Then it started to spread to YouTube, and it became even more of a trend, so I'm like, oh, okay, well, since it's MLP, and even though I don't really like going after trends, I'll kind of keep up with this. I decided, I'll keep up with this MLP infection trend. But now that Scribbler and the Lost Narrator and other MLP tubers have started to really take notice of the MLP infection trend and started to produce content for it, I'm starting to get videos recommended where just MLP infection and you is dead now. Oh my god, guys, this was totally 5 years ago. Why are you guys still interested in this stupid thing? I'm like, what? I just started actually consuming this content. I've seen one video of actual MLP infection. Come on, man. So trend dies. Trend goes and dies. I don't really care. If I find it interesting, I'm gonna watch it. If I don't find it interesting, I'm not gonna watch it. Because honestly, I hate trends. I never really liked too many trends. Anyway, here we have Scribbler's Infection AU, episode 2, with Rarity. And yes, I am aware that Lost Narrator has also done some Infection AU with Rarity. And I'll watch that sometime, someday. I don't know when. I'm a tired boy in a tired world. I can feel the fear bubbling up already. I'm ready to scream. Said. Oh, said? Loosed? Loose it? Oh, closed.
Yes,
oh.
What are you doing out in the open like that? Don't you know what will happen if you're spotted? Come in here. Quick, before you're seen.
No, I'd rather walk.
Shouldn't hesitate to shut the door if you're too slow. Hurry now. We must.
Man, did you see the weed out there, man? The weeds are going crazy. Did you see that, that weed? I don't know where I'm going with this.
Stay you. Duck low so you can't be seen through the boards of the windows. You never know if one of them is watching and they're attracted to movement and noise. Follow me.
No, but stop, missed the whatever. I was gonna say something, but my freaking finger missed the pause button 3 times, and I'm too mad now. I'm too mad now.
Now, just let me give us some light. There we go.
No electricity, huh?
Bless whoever invented magic flame lanterns. These things will light even when wet. Now, stranger, let me get a proper look at you. Goodness gracious! You give me such a fright! I haven't seen any pony new in town in such a long time. I only came up to the surface to fetch some essentials. But it's fortunate I did, or I wouldn't have even seen you, and you might have been killed. Or worse.
Infected.
Don't you know how dangerous it is outside without protection? You don't even have a helmet or mask on to protect your nose and mouth. That's one of the ways.
I'm just cool like that. What can I say?
Ugh, you're not one of those ponies who think it's only through bites, are you? I can assure you that is not the case. The contagion spreads in manifold ways. Airborne pathogens, saliva, blood, and other bodily fluids. Some even theorize that the merest touch of an infection on your skin is enough.
But does the infection taste good? Hear me out. I'm moving on.
You're being too careful careful when going up to the surface. I'm only alive and uninfected right now because I wear this outfit. I designed it myself to protect against bites, scratches, and airborne pathogens. It protects me functionally while not giving an inch of panache or style. Just because it's the apocalypse doesn't mean one should skimp on chic, darling. All the other ponies in Ponyville who have survived thus far wear their designs too. Money has stopped meaning as much these days, but I make them in exchange for food, medical supplies, and other valuable trades.
Can I eat the money?
Survivors. You're planning to
Can I
stay
eat the
in
candle?
Ponyville for a while, you'll want to barter with me for one too. What do you have that would be worth trading?
Information isn't worth much, darling. Especially if I'm going to be taciturn.
Could be.
I practically run what's left of this town. And it's entirely likely I already know whatever you do. And what are those you have there in your saddlebag?
Tea mugs.
Some supposed cure-all you've cooked up and are touting to incautious ponies too desperate to know otherwise? We already had the Flim Flam Brothers
No,
come to town at
it's just my pen collection. I like to carry my pen collection wherever I go. These pens have carried me through such troubling times, especially in these past few months where the whole world has gone to shoot in chaos. This pen I named Frank. He's been there since I was 5 years old. He carried me through college.
start of the contagion, darling. So you've no chance of fooling me with that kind of snake oil. You'll need to try harder than that, too. Wait a moment. Sweet Celeste, I recognize the writing on those labels. Let me see.
Twilight.
Fine. Hold them yourself if you want to give them over, but please turn them so I can see the labels. I know that handwriting. I recognize the flourishes on the capital letters.
It's Twilight.
Potential cure number 376 tested to 48% effectiveness. But that's...
Are these bottles from Princess Twilight's laboratory?
Yes, indeed it is.
But no one has been able to get into her laboratory since she locked herself into research of the contagion over a year ago. I thought she perished while experimenting with the infected blood and skin samples she took down there with her. We understood so little about the nature of the contagion when she started. We assumed she accidentally infected herself. The whole castle was warded with powerful spells to keep us out, or herself in. Twilight would only have enacted such a failsafe if she thought the biggest threat to our safety was, well, herself.
And then the infection took over, and she forgot about that.
You're telling me that you've broken into her lab? You ruffian! You thief! You
What?
desecrator of the dead!
What? I did not.
You've seen her? She's alive?
Yeah,
Oh
she's
my
kind of
goodness.
crazy
oh
now.
Oh my goodness! Is she...
She's still hot though.
Was
I'm kidding.
anyone else? Was my little spiky wikey? One
We
moment.
don't-
Breathe. Everything breathe. In and out. In and out. Alright. Everything shall be well. Everything shall be well if you manifest it to be so, darling. So manifest it, Verity. Manifest for all you're worth. You have survived too much and committed too many sins you never thought yourself capable of to go to pieces now.
Right then. Seems it was fortuitous that I ran across you. Not just because without me you would have likely been swamped by afflicted ponies before you reached the town border. Honestly, it's quite miraculous that you made it this far without becoming infected.
Have you been living under a rock, darling? No, you're not
Probably,
infected
possibly.
because of your cutie mark, of course.
The first sign is that it develops a black outline of pustules that make the veins and arteries just below the surface of your skin swell and run with black blood. Awful things. Absolutely good.
You know, Rarity, do you have like a chair or something? Do you have like a couch? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting kind of tired standing on my clothes. You know, you're just like, you know, you're talking all that kind of stuff, which is cool, Rarity. You know, you can continue to talk, but like, you know, I feel like we should kind of sit down and talk about this. You know, just in case something crazy happens, you know, I get my hooves all rested up. So, you know, when that something crazy happens, I can just kind of spring up from my couch and just like, bam, you know, knock the zombie in its head, be like, oh, bam, 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 you know? And then I'm regarded as the town hero, you know, like the few ponies that are still in Ponyville regard me as a hero, give me like 5 medals. I'll take those medals, take it to Celestia. Celestia will be like, holy crap, you're amazing, you know, promote me to like the king, you know, I'll get all the cake, all the food, all the water because I'm the king, you know, and I'll create this like this little section of like the far land, you know, far outskirts of Equestria, and this town will be like super huge and all that kind of stuff, you know, and we'll like and the zombies won't know we're there. The zombies, they'll be like, town, stupid. That's a myth. There's towns don't exist anymore. But we'll be just chilling, drinking some alcohol, be like, ha, 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 stupid zombies, and we'll be so happy and chilling, and we'll create a new Equestria, and then we'll create an island with the same whole kind of things, you know, and we'll never have to worry about the infection ever again. Well, I see. Rarity, I just saved the entirety of Equestria because you let me sit down on your goddamn couch. Let me sit down.
Eco task. A highly useful in signifying who to trust and not to. Your cutie mark is completely clear. Ergo, I'm not infected. Whether or not I can trust you remains to be seen.
You can trust me. I'm Mr. MLP.
Not above using brute force to keep myself and my loved ones safe, whether it be from infected ponies or those of poor morals.
So unless you want to end up like the Flim Flam brothers, I suggest you
Flim
be
Flam?
absolutely honest with me. This basement we're standing in right now is mine, and I have rigged it with a number of booby traps that will hurt you if you try anything.
Does that mean if I sit down, I'll be booby trapped? Is that why I can't sit down, Rarity? Because I'll die if I sit down?
Now tell me, was Princess Twilight infected?
Yes.
Partially?
No.
What do you mean, partially? You can't be partially infected.
Yes.
Once the contagion takes hold, there's no going back or even slowing it down.
Well,
I should know. Tried everything I could to save my family, but... Well, let's just say there's a reason that I have some very strong feelings about snake oil sales ponies.
Violet was coherent?
Yes, she was.
Oh, yes, that does sound positive.
The wounds on her
Well, maybe it's because she's an alicorn. Maybe that's why she only got partially infected.
wings and legs, less positive.
And the irises of her eyes were red? Had any of her teeth transformed into fangs?
Was her cutie mark postulated? That's the only surefire way to tell whether a pony has been afflicted with cutie mark contagion, or is just beset by ordinary festering wounds in need of medical attention.
Interesting.
I think you need to speak to somebody else, I know. She'll be very interested in what you have to say, and in those bottles you're carrying. Come with me. Step carefully and don't try anything.
I won't try anything. Is that a bug? Bam! Bam, 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 bam. I just beat Rarity up. Bam. Easy as that. No, but for real though, I'm not gonna lie. If I was in this situation, I would be dead. Or either that, I would like have like a really cool friend, or like a really cool friend, and I would just be like clinging to that friend so tightly because I would be so scared. Zombies, like full on zombie apocalypse kind of situation. That's like one of my biggest fears. That is just horrifying to me. Just especially during the night. so terrifying, dude. And I just need somebody with me to kind of keep me sane and kind of keep me at least a little bit calm. Because if I was alone, completely alone during a zombie apocalypse, especially during the night, oh, it would be the worst thing ever. I'm like actually getting kind of fearful just thinking about it. It just
Step down there. Watch where you put your feet. It's slippery and the ledge has given way in places.
Ponyville municipal repair teams haven't exactly been on top of patching up the sewers lately. If you fall in, you'll be swept away, and these tunnels are a complex network that leads all the way to Canada and beyond. They're how we survivors get around most of the time without having to go up to the surface, where we can be spotted by infected ponies. Come along now. Follow me and my lamp.
I do apologize.
Oh, yeah, it's a new video. Hey, I can't wait. I can play this video. For this video. Yay!
Put that cookie down! No!
Okay, bit of context here. No, don't play it. Don't shut up. Shut it. Do not want to play it again. A bit of context. The last reaction video I did, I played this video, and I still have it pulled up. So I'm just like, well, I could do the same bit for this video because I wanted to, because I really like this video.
Apologize for my abruptness.
I never used to be so rude. But the current situation has made many ponies like myself into polished, hardened versions of ourselves.
Still, I can at least say I'm sorry for my tone. I'm still
Are
not
you,
sure
though?
I trust you. But I can at least treat you with a little decorum. Like the lady I used to be and hope to someday be again. Turn here. Steady now. It's uneven. And now turn down this little side tunnel. Careful, mind your head. The ceiling has collapsed a little, but it's still structurally sound.
What up with the music
We're
though?
all harsher than we used to be. I assume you're no different. You're not from Ponyville, I can tell that much. I know every living pony around these parts, and I've never seen you before.
Jokes aside, where is this main character from? Like the kind of like the lens that we're looking through. Who is this person? Who is this pony?
You came here to investigate rumors about Twilight?
And where are they from?
Every pony has thought her dead for months. We tried to get into the castle. We were rebuffed by the spell. Spike, he's Twilight's assistant. Did you mention him when you spoke with her? And her student, Starlight Glimmer?
Oh yeah, where is Starlight Glimmer? Okay, so this is after
Starlight
after season
We
5.
assigned the wards when they went up. We saw them on the first day.
Sally said she was going to figure out what was happening and why Twilight had set such strong wards that not even she could break through. But
We never saw either of them ever again. I went each day to the castle, but neither of them reappeared. Until now, I assumed they were infected too, and Twilight chose to contain them along with herself. We don't know whether infected creatures can starve to death, but
Let's
since we
hope
didn't
so.
see either of them wandering behind the wards, even after weeks of watching, well, it seemed a natural assumption to make. Twilight is alive? I can hardly believe it. She's alive! And not
Yep.
infected the way everyone else is.
Yep.
If this means what I think it does,
Yep.
then this could be amazing news.
Yep.
You'll be a hero, darling.
Yep.
Those bottles in your saddlebag contain a cure of even small level effectiveness. If
Yep.
Twilight was indeed found a way to slow the contagion, or maybe even reverse it herself to the point of coherence.
Yep.
There are so many ponies we could save. So many loved
Yep.
ones we could restore. Turn here. We're not far now.
No, I will
Stay
not turn
behind
here.
me.
I crossed the line on
I'm
that.
taking you to see our wary bunch.
We've not had any infected find their way into the sewer system yet. They mostly wander the surface mindlessly until they stumble across food. But these ponies are fortified in case such a thing occurs. Honestly, I'd question why they're even still in Ponyville. Except where else could they even go? The contagion is everywhere, and it's not like any of us are getting out of Equestria anytime soon.
Oh. I guess that explains it.
I tried to leave, you know.
Yep.
I'm
Stretching.
and I thought there was no hope of her still being alive to invent a cure. I tried to pick up what remained of my family and go. My mother and father, they were some of the very first who became ill.
What happened to SWEETIEBELLE?
They weren't the most invested of parents, but they were still mine and I loved them. And they loved me in their own way. Sometimes I felt more like a parent to my little sister than a sibling, considering how often they left her in my care.
Understandable.
Whatever it was they used to do after dropping her at my doorstep. When their infection reached a point at which they could no longer recognize either of us as more than potential food sources, I grabbed my little sister, packed a bag, and galloped for the border.
What happened to
SWEETIEBELLE?
There was no way out. I mean, you've probably heard the stories of griffins shooting down equestrian airships.
Nah, I
And the
did not.
former
I
Allied
was
nations
asleep.
sinking ships full of ponies trying to escape our shores. I had to come back. At least in Ponyville, I knew my way around. There were more ways I could ensure our survival as we waited out this pandemic than if I was in a bigger, less familiar place like Manhattan.
I could fortify my home, figure out some kind of plan with my friends, mayhap even contact the princesses for aid. But things didn't go as I planned.
When I returned, the Flam brothers were in town.
And my little sister, she was...
Is she infected?
Excuse me.
Take your time.
Turn here, please. I was desperate. I knew it probably wouldn't work. But the alternative was doing nothing at all. I tried their supposed cure in the vain hope it might work.
But it didn't.
It hastened the infection.
Oh.
Instead of a
Oh.
few days, it spread through my poor little sister in a matter of minutes.
Oh. That
She became
sucks.
twisted.
Oh.
Grotesque thing. All stretched limbs and black pustules. And the noises she made. They still haunt my nightmares almost as much as those
Ooh.
damned brothers' screams.
Ooh. This is a good use of letting the brain imagine the fear, like the worst part of it, rather than just like trying to actually show the fear. Cause this is kind of like working pretty well for me on the kind of creepiness factor. Cause I feel like they legitimately like showed SWEETIEBELLE like well, maybe it didn't actually considering Scribbler's past track record with horror kind of related kind of stuff and audio dramas. I feel like they could have shown like SWEETIEBELLE kind of transforming with the infection thing and like growing limbs and that kind of sort of stuff, and it still would have gotten the same amount of creepiness factor for me, if not more. But for this type of thing, I don't really. It makes a whole lot of sense why they wouldn't show it. I honestly think it works better that way. One, because the story. I don't think this is really the type of story that would do that. But also, again, like I said earlier, kind of lets your brain imagine the fear, and you're just like, ooh, yeah, no, that, ooh, just like, imagine, though, like, oh, yeah, that's gotta be so painful and heart-wrenching and just, oh, that's gotta suck.
I'm sorry. I'm burdening you with my life story when we should be concentrating on where we're going. And this wonderful
you're
news
fine,
you
you're
brought
fine.
me. This is the first time I felt actual hope in such a long time. Thank you.
You know, we both, sister. Let's go.
Protect those bottles very carefully. Stop. Quiet.
I hear coming.
Can you hear that?
Oh, that's. Oh, oh.
Oh no.
I don't like that.
Listen to me.
I don't like that.
Listen very carefully.
I'm
I'm
listening.
going to run.
Okay.
If we get separated, look for the tunnel with the diamond and balloons carved inside a heart.
Okay.
Tap on the carving to the tune of Shave and a Haircut and say Rarity sent you. I'll join you as soon as I can. Whatever you do, don't stop.
I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop.
Don't stop and don't look back.
Okay.
Just keep running until you see the carving on the brick in the wall.
Okay.
Yes, one of the infected has made it into the tunnels.
I'm scared.
Maybe more than one. I don't know. Run! Run now! Keep running! And free that carving and run and then escape the carving! Go! 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 Don't look back!
I'm not looking back. I'm running. I'm going. Oh, that's sweetie. Oh.
Sweetiebelle! No! Get away from me!
I didn't expect that to be Sweetiebelle.
Let go of me!
Yeah, and this is why I was talking about the fear. You know, the brain kind of making it seem more fearful and scary. Because I'm not going to lie, what my brain imagined was way scarier than that. Like I said. Well, Rarity's dead. We did not protect that bond. Why did I open up my bottle? There's literally no drink inside of it. Oh, that's the end of it. So I wonder who we're going to meet next. Might be Applejack. I'm betting my money on Applejack. Well, that's about the episode. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I think definitely when they got into the tunnel, I think it kind of started to pick up more. And while I feel like, yeah, the first part of the episode, it's needed, it's good, you know, kind of sets up you can't really have the good scene of this latter half be as impactful if it wasn't for the first half. But I don't know, it's just, I don't know. The first part of this didn't really grab me as much as I don't think the last episode did. I think it just comes down to my personal preferences, kind of sort of thing. But overall, yeah, pretty solid episode for the infection AU. Trying to think if there's any other critiques I really have. I don't know. Oh, she got the apple on the. How did I not notice that? She's got the apple on the heckin' hazmat suit. So yeah, Applejack has got to be the next pony we're seeing. It's got to be. Well, I do have a critique about the Sweetiebelle thing. I do think, honestly, it would have been better if we didn't have seen a picture of Sweetiebelle. I feel like it would have been better if it was more implied that was Sweetiebelle, you know? Then again, also, that might just be my personal preference. Hey, well, what you gonna do? These are long credits. I'm kind of running out of stuff to say here. You know, I want to you know get through all the credits. You know. I'm sorry, patrons. I'm sorry, patrons. I'm sorry. Okay, no, okay. That's the end. That's the end. That is the end. Have a noise. That was not very impactful noise. Let's try again. Okay, I'm not gonna get the noise unlocked. I'm sorry, guys.